Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews. Have you ever wondered what games you should sell or you should use? Find out here at Purge Reviews. Find out on our top 10 list what games you cannot miss. Don't forget to subscribe to Purge Reviews.
Eruption is a little volcanic tile laying game for families. So what you're trying to do is keep your village from getting too hot and possibly burning down. And you do this by redirecting the volcano lava elsewhere and by building walls, either straw, wood, or stone. The stone is stronger than the wood, which is stronger than the straw. There's some dice rolling. You can get a little lucky with the tiles, and it's one of those things where you're just laying tiles to try to hurt everybody else. You want the lava to go to the other villages and stay away from yours. And you might play a tile to divert the lava to the next person or build some walls. The game is super simple to play. You can get a little hosed just because things didn't work out your way, and that's okay because you have other ways to manage it through the walls and some dice rolling. It can be a little nasty. There is, it's a family-like game. And yes, you could play it with some gamers, but I think it's going to really fall with the family style. But it can be a little nasty because just the way the tiles come out, it can be that you're ganging up on somebody. But now when they go to that next level, everybody else is going to get hotter. So there's 3 levels, danger levels. So if you get too far up, there's a little bit of catch-up mechanic that can be nice. There is dice rolling in this game. So if you want to see if your wall breaks down, you're going to roll the dice. If you have a stone, you add 2 to yours, a straw 0, and a wood 1. But at the end of the day, if the rules aren't with you, your walls are going to go up in smoke. Literally. So, dice rolling in the game, it's really just rolling 2 6-sided dice, and the higher wins with the modifier. So, you're not even rolling a lot of dice. But it's okay because it's a very simple game. You're going to get some temperatures. You're not going to be able to stay at 0. But it's really fun, especially when something gets really hot. You just got to go with it. I think most families probably going to team up against Dad. At least that's how they play in my family. Very, very fun. If you're looking for a good, fun, easy to play little family game, it's Eruption. And I can't believe this one is not one that more people talk about. There is some luck in it, but that's kind of how you want family games to be. You want a little bit so the kiddies can catch up and just have those little funny moments that nobody's really controlling. There is some screwage in it, but it's screwage by I'm going to place this tile, who am I going to gang up with? And you can make little alliances, but really you want to attack whoever's lowest temperature if possible because they're winning the game. And you can very easily see who's winning. The only thing that really people didn't like is that whole thing where once the last tile is played, if nobody's village is burned down, everybody gets one more turn, which can come down sometimes just to rolling the dice, right? Because you want to see if your walls will be exposed. I don't know if that's the best way to handle it, but that's how the rules, and that might be the only negative that we had. Otherwise, this is an absolute keeper. Check this game out. Search it out if you're looking for a nice, light family game with a little bit of tile laying screwage, some dice rolling, but it is super fun and super easy to play. Check this one out. Don't let it fly by. I have a feeling it's not going to be a very expensive game, and I have absolutely no idea why more people don't like this game. Eruption. Here's the box for Eruption. First thing you're going to notice is just how colorful and nice it is. And once you play the game, you look at this, you're like, yes, this is the game. The stone walls, the straw, and the wood. This is exactly the game right here, and I love when artwork does that. The rules are pretty good. You're going to have a pretty big rule book. It just kind of goes over all the little instances of the lava. The game is really easy. The rule book is perhaps longer than it needs to be, but it does a good job of explaining everything that you're going to get in the game. I'll come back to the board. The insert is really weird. This insert's completely pointless and absurd for this game. Because this little slit in the center is just completely and utterly absurd. So what you're going to get here is some of your scoring markers and some dice. These are just regular 6-sided dice, and these little things are just wooden cylinders. You're going to get some resources, which are just little pieces of wood that you're used to in Euro games. You're going to get some cards. cards lack any kind of artwork other than kind of telling you what they do. At the bottom, you can always get a resource for it. These things will just break the rules and allow you to do different things. And they're nice, and the components are good. And the main game is going to be played with these lava tiles. They're not the thickest things in the world, but they're not thin where you can't play with them. They're fairly good quality. They're okay. You know, I've seen a lot of tile games with thicker tiles, but they're good for what you get in this game. I mean, they're going to work fine. It's a family level style game. And you're going to get a board that will allow up to 6 people to play. And it's just a bunch of hexes with things on them, and the volcano will be coming out of this. But as the volcano comes out on the board, you will see that it does look pretty darn cool. All the components are good. One thing I like to point out is each of the corners of the board has the instructions on how to play the game, like going through the turn, which is really nice. Once you kind of get into it, all you need is that turn right there, and you won't forget what you're doing. Now this is the actual board game. It's a lighter board game meant for families, and the rules are pretty simple. On a turn, you're going to check to see if your temperature goes up. You're going to place a tile. You're going to play some cards if your cards do anything. The cards are super simple. And then you're going to build a wall if you want. And that's it on a turn. So, you know, at the end of the day, what you're really trying to do is keep the lava away from your village at all costs. If you can't control the tiles that are coming out or change them with card play, then you need to build a wall. And it's that easy. And I think people understand it because the theme flows so well. Is that hot, bad. Lava on my house, bad. Pretend like your village is full of board games and you want to keep the lava away. Stay away. So people pick up on it really quickly how to play this game. The board is brilliant, how the turn orders on each corner of the board, so you can obviously see that. It walks you through. Really, that's all you need is right there, other than some placement rules. Super simple. Love the design. Fantastic. So the first thing I want to describe is just kind of what's going on across the board. So what you're going to have here is where you guys are going to start. And as it gets hotter and hotter and hotter, you're going to go into these danger zones. Here's danger zone 1, 2, and then 3 down here. When you get into these zones, you will get extra powers. This one you can place 2 walls a turn. This one allows you to draw an extra or a card. And this one allows you to play an extra tile. So that can be very, very nice. As you progress through the games, your score, basically it's like golf. You want to be the least score. You want to have the lowest temperature there is. And that will go. And when you go to these places on the board to each level, if you're the first person, you will place a special tile that looks like this that will start. It doesn't have to be connected to anything else. So you can start a new volcano. And it's really a catch-up mechanic. So, and everybody else's temperature will go up 30 degrees. So that's, you know, if you get too far ahead, that can pull people back. So what are you doing in this game? The first thing you do is place a tile of lava. Now, it kind of makes sense. It always has to flow out of it. Like, you couldn't go like this because the lava would be going into grass, and that wouldn't make any sense for lava. So, and what you're going to be doing is you're going to be trying to get the lava to somebody's fortress over. So everybody plays a different color. Depending on the number of players, you will play certain ones. So the first thing you will do on a turn is you assess damage. If it is lava coming in, you will gain 20 degrees. If there is a wall there, and walls are represented with these wooden markers here, and there's 3 different kind of walls. There is stone, wood, and straw. Straw is the weakest, then wood, then stone. So what you'll do, no matter what kind of wall is there, you will roll both of these dice. The orange represents lava, and the white represents you. If the lava is larger than the white, the lava will hurt you and possibly destroy your wall. If you have a straw, you add 0 to your roll. A wood, you would add 1, and stone, you would add 2. So in this case, if there was a stone here, this would be a 3, and the lava would outbeat me. If the lava had been 4, and I had rolled a 2, the stone would make this 2 into a 4, and we would tie, and the lava wins ties. But if I had rolled a 3, the stone would give me 5, and I would defeat the lava, and my wall would hold, and I would not take any damage. If the wall is damaged, you take 10 instead of 20 damage, or temperature, and your wall disappears for right now. So you're going to do that at the beginning of your turn only if your lava reaches your camp. The next thing you do is you will take a tile and you can place it anywhere on the board you want. You want to get that lava away from you. If you happen to cover one of these spots, then you would gain one of these walls in your supply, not on the board. The third thing you do is play any cards that you have. Now, at the end of your turn, you always have to discount that down to 3 cards, but you can play as many as you want And if you give up 2, you can grab another tile and play it. What some of these cards will do is just break the rules. Rotate any tile on the board. You still have to be worried about that placement, though. Rules. Discard any wall currently on the board, so you can really hurt somebody. Build an extra wall. This just calms you down. So it rains and your temperature goes down 30 degrees. This is a great one you can just randomly get. And that's one thing you have to be okay with this game. Random things like this are going to help you, but it's just a family game. There's an earthquake. Draw a new tile and replace any existing one. Lava must connect on all sides. That can be pretty powerful. Also, notice at the bottom, if you don't want to play the card for the power, you can always grab one of the fences or the walls and what's listed. That goes in your hand, not on the board. After you play a card, which is optional if you want to, then you can build a wall. If you have one of these in your supply, you can build them anywhere you want. If this was going here, I could totally build it here and just keep that lava from going if possible. Or I could place it here and to protect my village, not knowing where the lava might go next time. Maybe they'll go like that instead and go right past my wall if I had built that too early. After that, it goes to the next player. You assess the damage, place a tile, play a card, and build a wall. Repeat, repeat, repeat until there are no tiles left. The person with the lowest temperature at the end of the game wins. I think this is a game that most families should have. I think that if you're a board gaming family, this is one game you're going to want. This is right up there with Ticket to Ride to me. I don't know in quality per se, but I like this game, and I like it a lot. And I think families will have a lot of fun with it. I think, Ticket to Ride even has that blocking where you can block somebody out of a space. You can get a little bit nasty. This one has that too. I don't think it's any lighter or any heavier than Ticket to Ride, but Eruption's a great family game. I don't understand why more people don't talk about this and buy this game. If you have a family and, maybe 6 or 7-year-olds are playing board games and you want a family game that's really fun, that you guys can have some laughs and giggles with, this is it. Check this one out. Every once in a while I'll come around and say, this is a game that's missing that people aren't talking about. Kraftwagen was that way, for example. Eruption is that game. Eruption's a game in the family level that I don't think people are talking about. Check this one out. Buy it immediately. I don't think it'll be very expensive, and you're going to have a keeper on your hands. Thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate you tuning in. If you liked it, please like it and hit that little subscribe button. That really helps out the channel, lets us know that you're getting the videos that you want. If you agreed or disagree with what I said, feel free to comment below. I'd love to hear what you have to say, and I promise that I will comment back. Thanks for watching, and everybody else, keep playing games.